saved all this styrofoam so we could make some DIY tombstones. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so on the first day I started by cutting out my tombstone shapes, and I just started with 4. I don't need a ton. We have a pretty big yard, but we're gonna have a lot of animatronics and like big life-size creatures. If you guys didn't watch the last episode in this series, I'm building my own life-size creatures, a ghost face and a Jeepers Creepers. So go check that out if you want to see how I'm doing it. So for now, I'm just starting with the 4, and this day I got incredibly nauseous and I couldn't understand why. Turns out I forgot to take my birth control, so I had to get that prescription refilled because it was making me so nauseous. I'm on birth control to help keep my endometriosis under control. If you guys don't know, a couple years ago, I had emergency surgery for internal bleeding due to a chocolate cyst that burst, and they removed another one. They thought they were going to have to take my left ovary, but they didn't end up having to take it, which was awesome. But I had been internally bleeding for like 5 days by the time they found it, and I got surgery. But that's why I'm on it, and I've been on it to control the endometriosis since getting sober, and if I'm not on it, my body's so used to the hormones that I couldn't even function. So now I'm just using a bunch of the scrap pieces to kind of make details on the tombstones so that they're not just flat pieces. I'm making it more like 3-dimensional than cutting out of it. Most people like cut out of it and cut into it, but I don't know. I just needed them to have a little bit more character. I didn't want them to just look like Dollar Tree ones, you know? And at the same time, I don't see myself saving these for next year. I have so much decor, and we don't have a lot of garage space left for decor, and Christmas is the one I really go all out for. So I'm trying to limit the amount that, you know, we also bought a ginormous animatronic this year, so we have to figure out how to store that as well. So keep that in mind. I'm just making these for a craft, and to try something new, and probably just for this year. So I'm not too worried about them lasting in the rain or anything. Then I started to hot glue all my little fun pieces on the tombstones after kind of like setting them up and setting them out just to see how it would look. I really don't know what I'm doing, nor am I using any reference photos because I'm trying to listen to podcasts while I do this, because otherwise it's just like really boring to craft. So this is just like with no reference photos, and I don't like this circular one that I made, so I kind of gave up on it. And then I ended up putting some like funny phrases on some of them, and I have some SpongeBob surprises in store. If you don't know, I'm a SpongeBob collector. And then I bought a wood burner. I used the wood burner to carve out the letters, and we have a lot more to do to these before I can set them out, so there will be another episode. This is as far in the process as I have gotten.